big story from the war zone this evening. A big claim, ladies and gentlemen, has been made by the Iranian media. They are claiming that Iranian forces have captured an American pilot of an American fighter jet that they downed. Now, some reports are suggesting that this fighter plane was an F-15, while there are other reports suggesting that this was actually a F-35. Now, these reports are coming after Iran initially had claimed earlier in the day that its forces had shot down an F-35 fighter jet somewhere over central Iran. Now, the images of the wreckage are already going viral. Of course, there has been no confirmation or any word on what the Iranians are claiming from the US just yet. The big question is, why is this so big? What we know is what we have already told you, but this is a big deal because one of the things that President Trump will not want is any prisoner of war with the Iranians. This could actually be a huge turning point in the war if, ladies and gentlemen, if this is true. This could actually force the United States to de-escalate the conflict, and crucially, it could provide Iran a strategic bargaining chip against the US. Iran could also extract crucial intelligence from the captured pilot, and this capture may also force the US to take risks to engage in a complicated rescue operation. Naturally, this capture would also then undermine America's claims of military superiority against Iran in this entire operation. Air Commodore Rana Sanjeev Mehndiratta is joining us on the broadcast. He's a former Air Force officer, someone who has been a fighter pilot. Stephen Erlanger is the chief diplomatic correspondent of the New York Times. He's joining us as well. Sir, I'm coming to you first to begin with Air Commodore. Can I ask you, you've seen the reports that are coming in from the Iranian media. There is a picture that has been released. Can we just put that picture on our screens as well of the wreckage? We have seen this picture as well. Now, according to you, what is this? Is this psychological warfare that is playing out? Or do you think actually the Iranians have downed an American fighter, we don't know which one, and captured the pilot?
Hello, good evening, and thanks for having me on your channel. As you would see, the propaganda war is on, and if this aspect, which is as of now considered to be a rumor, if it is true, there are many aspects to it. One is, if it is an F-35, then the whole commercial aspect of F-35 goes for a 6. Because there was a report of another F-35 also having a problem. And if this one is also there, though it has come from an Iranian media, that too which is connected with the IRGC. So we'll have to take it with a pinch of salt. But should we consider if something like this has happened? Because there are more reports after this that Americans have sent the C-130s and Black Hawks to look for the area. But when you say that you got full air superiority over Iran and you have finished with all their missiles or 95% of them, and if they are going to take down your stealth aircraft, which is your asset, which is one of the best assets which you have as on date, and which you are still going to market across the world, and if at this stage something like this has happened, then it's going to be catastrophic for America in more than one ways. One is the hostage crisis, and Iran is very fond of it, especially with America. So it puts them on a back foot straight away. Second, if it was true, whether the pilot is alive or not, whether he's ejected or not, whether the aircraft is downed or not, are all the questions which are still to be answered. We are given to believe it happened in the midnight at around 2:30 a.m. on Friday, that is today, their time, local time. If that was the case, it should have been dark, and they wouldn't have been able to place the pilot immediately. Correct. Or search it. But the Iranian media also says on the TV, asking people to look for the pilot, which probably could mean there was an ejection. It could probably mean that. But at the same time, they are trying to say there was a big blast, and it seems that the pilot may not have ejected. So all these reports, if you see them in unison together, you will find they do not really make enough sense right now to tell you something very concrete or confirmed. It still remains in a confused state, and American Pentagon has not come out with anything about it. They have not denied it, they have not confirmed it.
Okay.
So I'm sure we'll get it very soon. Yeah.
Okay, so we do know that the F-35 is a single fighter jet, single seat fighter jet. So there was only one pilot. There were no two pilots here. So we are just talking about one pilot. But sir, would you put this down to America's cowboy attitude if the plane has been downed and if the pilot has actually been captured? Would you put it down as America's, cowboy attitude into this war? Because you're a pilot, I'm not a pilot, but I know that on day one, when a fighter pilot goes into training, what is the first thing that is told to him? You do not take your plane where you think it is going to be downed. It's as simple as that.
Absolutely. That is a national policy, that you do not take your aircraft the harm's way, because the ultimate aim is not to get killed, but the ultimate aim is to get some more strength and have air superiority over the place. That is a fact. There is no doubt on that. I have been into aviation for many years, and I can tell you right now, saying anything on these aspects would not be correct, because we do not even know if the whole thing is a total propaganda, and it has happened earlier also in this war, where the propaganda has been sent, especially by the Iranian media, that they have captured some American or they have downed some aircraft. Of course, some aircraft have got down by the friendly fire or many other ways, and the aircraft do go down in a war, there is no doubt about that. But saying that an F-35 has gone down because of the tomboyish attitude of the Americans, or that they did not assess the situation, and if that be true, then Iranians still have a lot of strength, and all the aspects and all the claims of Trump saying that they have almost finished them and it's just a matter of time, all do not stand the scrutiny of the present situation.
Okay.
So you will find that we'll have to wait a little and get all those confirmations from American side also. And if it is true and one pilot has been captured, which is not likely, and has been captured alive, then Americans, as I understand, would not wait for too long to say that something like this has happened.
Okay, Air Commodore, thank you very much for joining us. We'll leave it there for the moment.